What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far today. Getting into this episode of GH. Dex is a complete idiot. He's a complete dumbass. Like, he's willing to die just to protect Michael and Sonny's relationship. That's stupid. I would have been singing like Whitney in concert. I'm just saying, like, I would have been telling all. Like, that was a stupid move on his part to sit there and wipe the phone clean and stuff like that so Sonny couldn't see, him and Michael's texts or phone calls and stuff. That was so stupid. That was dumb. Like, he has no value of his own life. Like, Michael and Sonny's relationship is really worth dying to him. That's a fool's move. That's a fool's move. That was just insane. I'm like, why would you do that? Um, I really hope at this point Carly says something, because I mean the only way for Sonny not to kill Dex is if Carly says it all. Because how else is she gonna convince Sonny that Dex isn't the traitor? You would have to tell, and you would have to involve Michael's name in it. Unless she's gonna take the rap, so somehow on this one and tell a half truth, and keep Michael's name out of the equation or whatever. But I'm just like, this is insane. I don't see no other way out of this. Either they're gonna tell a half truth or Michael's name gonna pop up in there. Either way, it's time for this to come to a head. It's time for Sonny to know the full scope of what's going on, the full story. That way, if this comes out, hopefully he'll release Dex from the organization, because I really feel like Dex is not made out to work for Sonny. Like, I find him to be very incompetent at what he does. Like, he's not a strong enough person to be in that organization. I mean, I could see him more as a cop or a PI or something like that, but a criminal, like an everyday mob enforcer or something, I don't see it. He's not intimidating like that. Like, he bears no threat. Like, even when he makes a threat, it looks laughable to me. Like, you can't take him serious. He look like he still got breast milk on his breath. Like, I'm just saying. But hopefully this comes to a head, because I'm ready. I'm ready for it to come out. Like, I'm ready for all of this shit to come out. Moving on from that, this whole Blaze Christina situation is kicking into a whole nother gear at this point, because I noticed the facial expression on Molly when she found out that Christina told Blaze about the pregnancy. Her face shifted. And my whole thing about that is, it's understandable for Christina to tell Blaze about the pregnancy, because they're casually dating. And their relationship, affects, this pregnancy affects the relationship that they're having. In terms of them going out, in terms of them drinking or anything like that. She's dating her, and plus, Christina's serious about her. So it's understandable for her to tell her. Because at least she's given her that option of if she still wants to continue to date her or see her, because that's a major thing that Christina's doing, surrogacy. So at least she gave Blaze that option. She didn't sit there and lie to her, because I mean, how long could Christina keep up a lie like that? I mean, after the first month, you're gonna start the show. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have a little belly, soon enough. So she gonna figure it out. So at least, give her that option to continue on this journey with you, or you give her a out. And I respect it. I find it kind of crazy that Molly wants to tell TJ though about Christina and Blaze, because my whole thing is, why does he need to know right now that Christina and Blaze are a thing? Like, why does he need to know? I guess maybe because she thinks, oh well, that's another person that knows about the pregnancy when they weren't supposed to tell many people. I get it, but it's like, I don't get it. He don't need to know right now. But I feel like in the long run, Blaze needs to make a decision about her and Christina being a couple, and her, telling her family, her coming out to her family, because I feel like now that Molly knows about it and TJ knows about it, it's only a matter of time before a lot of other people start to know. And it's going to eventually publicly get out there. And I think Blaze needs to get ahead of this. She need to get ahead of it and tell her family now. You know what I mean? I know, stuff like this, you got to do it at your own pace. You got to do it when you're mentally ready and stuff like that, mentally prepared. But I feel like there's never going to be a right time for her to tell her family. I think she need to rip the band-aid off and just tell them so she could live in her truth. Because I definitely feel where Molly's coming from. It's not fair to Christina that she has to be some little well-kept secret. That's not right. Because Christina owns who she is. And it's time for Blaze to own who she is and for them to be together if that's what they want to do. Because you don't want to sit here and have to walk around with somebody that you're really feeling and you can't even hold hands with them. You can't show no, PDA. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no. Who wants to live like that? It might, be okay for a little while, but after a minute, it's like you're going to get tired of it. And Christina, I don't see her, being cool with being, in the closet, so to speak, for much longer. I don't see her being cool with it. I don't see it. So Blaze gonna have to make some decisions. Moving on from that, I enjoyed the scenes today with Finn and Chase and Gregory and stuff like that and Lil Violet. I'm glad that they told her, a little bit about his illness and stuff like that because they're preparing her, and they did it in a way that she would understand, but I'm also glad that they didn't tell her about the fact that it's a terminal illness because I don't think she's ready for that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to give a kid that age too much too soon. You just tell her enough to where she can understand it. You know what I'm saying? And, she's a very bright girl. I do agree with Finn on that. She's very intuitive. But I'm glad that they all, told her together and stuff as a family and whatnot and, mentally prepared her in a way, just in case she sees something or, she notices that he's stumbling around or, he's talking funny. So I'm glad that they did that together, because I know this is real hard on Gregory, to even have that conversation with his granddaughter because obviously he wasn't expecting this to happen. Nobody really does expect a major illness to hit them when it happens. You don't expect it. You know what I'm saying? He was expecting to see his granddaughter get older, and see what she's going to become in life and to get married and have her own family. He could be a great granddad one day. That's what he was expecting, but he's not going to get that chance, unfortunately. So I know this is like a mental fuck for him. I know this is messing him up mentally right now. Not even the physical aspect of it, but the mental, like just knowing that he's not going to be here for Chase's first child. Whenever Chase and BLQ decide to have a child together, he's not going to be here for that. He's not going to be here to see little Violet get older. That's crazy. So I can't imagine what his mind is. And I love the fact that he's still staying positive about it. He still put a smile on his face and, he's just taking everything one day at a time because at this point, that's all you can do. But yeah, I enjoyed those scenes. That was a beautiful family scene. Moving on from that, I'm glad, Liz offered to babysit for Laura, with little Ace, because I feel like Liz is long overdue to start babysitting other people's kids, because Laura knows how many times has Liz dropped her kids off with Audrey, even when that woman was past babysitting years. So I'm glad Audrey could finally retire from the babysitting business, because Laura knows she kept Liz's kids all the time. And I'm glad that, Aiden and Jake and stuff are old enough now where they don't need a sitter, which is a good thing. Even little Aiden is running around babysitting and stuff to gain money and whatnot. So I like hearing about that. I find it crazy though that Nicholas chose to plead guilty or whatever to kidnapping and all that. Like, why? He's rich. He could hire the best of the best attorney. Nicholas could have easily got out those charges. I just hate that they're not having Nicholas on canvas right now. I find it to be crazy. Like, we have no real Cassadine representation at this point. Yeah, you still got Alexis and her kids and stuff, but you know what I mean when I say Cassadine. Ones that bear the last name and actually walk the Cassadine walk and talk the Cassadine talk. You know what I mean? That's what's crazy, that we don't have that representation right now. And it's weird, It's weird not really seeing no Cassadines living in Windermere and, being all Cassadine. That's crazy to me. But yeah, I feel like Nicholas is needed on the cast. I feel like he's needed, in PC. It's just crazy not to have Nicholas there and that he would just cop to going to prison. That's not a Cassadine thing. Cassadines find ways to get out of mess. So it's weird that he's not finding a way to, he's not fighting this. Like, I'm like, no, we need to fight this. But, I'm glad that, Liz and Laura had that talk and, they're there for each other and stuff. And I even enjoyed, Ava and Laura talking. I enjoyed that too, because I know it's hard for Ava, comforting Trina and whatnot. when, because all of this brings up Kiki for her. This is like losing Kiki again, even though her and Spencer weren't close like that, but she grew to like him and stuff like that and saw that he was changing, you know. So I know it's been hard on Ava, because at the end of the day, losing a kid is not easy. That's not something that you bounce back from. Um, it's not easy at all. And I get where Ava coming from. She's trying to do the best that she can where, Avery is concerned and stuff, because she's on high alert right now. With the shooter being out there and stuff like that, she just can't risk it. But I agree with Carly too. I feel like the kids need normalcy in their life. They got to continue to be as normal, live a normal life as they possibly can. So I get where Carly was coming from with that too, because you got to keep that normalcy going. But anyway, I think that was pretty much the whole episode today. Not a whole lot to this episode, but hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.